your question.
Yeah, now I got a third question, the last question. Okay, this is about agriculture.
Yes.
Now, I'm pretty sure you do some agriculture in your property. I know your uncle was telling me he has some cows and whatnot. So, yeah, I know you got some agriculture thing going on over there. I don't know if you got any kids. I mean, I know y'all got a little one. But there was something going on in the news about the child labor law. And I'm quite sure that the job that you're seeking, you're going to be dealing with that on a U.S. congressional level because U.S. Congress got involved in that dust-up. How far you think this thing ought to go with children doing farm labor and outside the family farm? You understand what I'm getting with?
I do, but my first approach to that, Arlene, is that I think a lot of those issues should be handled at the state level. We have a labor commissioner in Oklahoma. His name is Mark Costello.
Oh, yeah.
Every state has a labor commissioner that handles child labor laws.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm doing something here in Oklahoma that needs to be addressed, I would want to handle it at the state level, not the federal level. I don't want Washington coming in and regulating what I can and cannot do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I may be in favor of some of those regulations, but I would propose that the states handle those, not the federal government. I don't think it's constitutionally required nor approved for the Congress to be involved in issues such as that. Secondly, that bill that you referred to, the farm bill, they took placed into that bill some exemptions that allowed family farmers to allow children to work on the family farm, as I think they should. But my preference would be that the federal government not be involved in those issues at all. Unless it is clearly interstate commerce, a huge corporation, those things, then I can see there's a nexus. But otherwise, I don't think that there is, and I think it should be handled at the local level.
So you don't think that the federal government would have had any jurisdiction because it did not go beyond the family farm or interstate commerce, that you think that would have caused somebody like you, if you get the job, that it would have not involved you because it did not cross federal, interstate commerce or...
I don't want Congress regulating that at all. I want the state government to regulate it and handle it the way they want to see fit. If Oklahoma wants to have more stringent regulations than Texas or vice versa, that's the way it should be. But it should be handled locally.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, that answers the question.
It does?
Yes, it does, because, you saying that the state rather than the federal government, and you're applying for a federal position.
Right.
And you're saying that would not particularly concern you if it's with the state. I mean,
Well,
that's what I'm
Yeah,
understanding.
I would have the approach that I want to decrease the size and scope of the federal government and take its jurisdiction off of a lot of the issues that should be handled locally. And I think we've continued to grow the federal government, give it more power, give it more regulatory jurisdiction. I want to do the opposite. I want to undo the regulations, undo the jurisdictional mandates placed upon local issues, and allow those to be handled at the state level. That's my preference. I think that's the best approach.
Our kid, Sharon could testify that working on the farm, couldn't you?
I didn't do as much as some, but
Our kid
One more question.